welcome back to the NDA Products YouTube channel, and today we're going to show you all of our fish tanks. Our fish room is kind of constantly changing. We're always moving things around, and since we breed fish, our babies are constantly growing and we have to move them into bigger tanks so that way they can get bigger. So we're just going to show you all of our fish tanks and basically tell you about them.
So guys, this is our African cichlid fry 29-gallon grow out tank that we have. We have some plecos in here, baby bristlenose plecos, but the fry that's in the tank are from our raspberry OB peacock, and they're about a month old. Trying to fatten them up, raise them up big. So this is our 40-gallon breeder grow out tank with the OB raspberry peacock fry and just a couple plecos. We're kind of just trying to cycle the tank a little bit with a new sponge filter and get that tank going so we can add more. But here they are. Sorry for the flash, but we don't have a light on this tank, so this is my best way to make do with. There's a pleco that we have in there. I think we have one more in there hiding somewhere, but that's the 40-gallon breeder on the top of our stand. So this is a 10-gallon grow out tank that we have with baby bristlenose plecos. There's a couple albino ones in here, and then some of the OB raspberry peacock fry that we have. This is our 75-gallon grow out tank with our dragon blood and OB peacock fry that's now getting to about 1 inch to 2 inches big. Once we put them in the 75, they just started growing like crazy, so they're looking good. We have a blue neon in here from Snake River Cichlids, and then a couple peacocks that we picked up from PetSmart or Petco. And then here's a sunshine from the Snake River Cichlids also. Which they're looking great. So this is our OB raspberry peacock breeding group in a 40-gallon breeder, and he's currently hiding, but he'll come out in just a moment. There he is. He's a shy little guy. He doesn't really do well in our all-male tank, but he does seem to breed well with these guys, so, or girls I should say, but they like to breed on these rocks that we have here, these flat rocks. Looks like they're begging to be fed. This is our Turkish breeding group for peacock cichlids. They're breeding right now. We actually have a female holding in the top right. He's getting ready to try and breed with these other ones, but he's been going crazy. We're trying to produce some cool looking fish out of him, see what we can do. Alrighty, so this is our 75-gallon all-male show peacock and hap cichlid tank from Lake Malawi, and we have about 15 or so males in here, maybe a little less, I'm not sure, but we have some sunshine, some OB peacocks like him, canary yellow, a blueberry. Here's a yellow sunshine. Our dragon blood. We got the sulfur head over here. Well, he's going to hide now. Well, here's the Taiwan reef hap. He's one of our favorites. And our electric blue fry ray hap. One of the last other ones is the Nagara flametail. I don't know if I mentioned him, but he's beautiful. Most of these fish are from Snake River cichlids, but a few of them are from local pet stores and whatnot. But most of the ones I mentioned are from the breeder.
This is our 40-gallon axolotl tank, and it just has blue construction paper on the background. It's really DIY. All of the decorations are from Petco or PetSmart, and we have moss balls in there. This is my boy Flynn. He's an albino axolotl, and he has iridophores in his gills, which makes them sparkly. He's from northern axolotls. There's Felix. He really likes this little cave thing. We don't have a light on this tank. We just shine a light on it to film. That one is Floyd. He's a leucistic. Felix and Floyd are just from a local pet shop. I don't know anything about where they came from or about them, but they're cute and I love them. This is our Rainbow Live Bearer 20 tall tank. We don't have any female guppies left. They all mysteriously died, and we're not sure why, because the baby that we have from a balloon belly molly survived. So We don't think that the water parameters were really bad, and nothing we did really saved them. The females just mysteriously kept dying one by one. They were all from the same place though, so that might explain it. But we have these two males that I really like. This is a Dumbo, I think they were called, and that one's just a Cobra. And then this Balloon Belly Molly is pregnant, and so we're waiting for her to have her babies, and they'll fall into the moss underneath her and hopefully not swim up so she eats them, but it'll probably happen. And this is Squirt, our only surviving Balloon Belly Molly. He's got some moss in there, some Java moss to hide in. He's getting big pretty fast. We fed him a couple bloodworms the other day and he had like a growth spurt. But this is our 20 long planted tank. It used to be my beta sorority, but it's kind of crashed. I started out with about 20 female betas and now I only have 3. We're doing the best that we can, but no treatment really seems to be helping. So we're just gonna have to come to terms with the inevitable at this point, I think. But we're gonna keep doing everything that we can for the remaining females, obviously. This is one of my favorite tanks that I've ever scaped. We do have a hang-on back filter that has a pretty strong flow, and so that's why all of the plants are on this side. The females don't really go at the surface of the water on this side of the aquarium because they can't swim that well. They're forced on this side, which is very, very dense. So this scape really worked out for us. Moving on to our betas. This is our king male Cobalt, and he lives in this 5-gallon tank that we moved onto our fish rack. He really likes it back there behind that plant in the corner. But we've dug out this little spot for him. He likes to hang out there sometimes. When we first got him, he was mostly white, and he's marbled a lot. He's a really beautiful fish, and he has a lot of personality. A little top view. We have some of this floating plant that we struggled to get growing at first, and it's taking off in a couple of our tanks now. Next is my only other male beta that I have. This is a 5.5 gallon tank, and I do have 2 Cory cats in here. That's not an ideal size for Cory cats, and normally you would keep them in a larger group than just 2. But these Cory cats actually have bred for me, and I've raised their babies and given them to my sister to put in her beta tank too. So I do think that they are happy in this tank, and I've had them for more than a year now, so I don't really plan on moving them. This is Opal. He's a half moon beta. He nips his own fins. So right now they're a little worse than other times. We haven't had to deal with any fin rot though with him because we've stayed on top of treatments whenever he does start biting them really, really badly. But he really likes his little cichlid cave. He hangs out in there. He really doesn't like the ring light. And last but not least, this is an official update on our divided tank. In one of our previous videos, we did mention that Clementine was not feeling very well. She was very lethargic, and when we woke up the morning after uploading that video, she had passed. So she had been getting better. She had a really abnormally swollen abdomen from the time that I received her, and I feel like it honestly came down to bad genetics, and it wasn't anything that any of us could have done, because ultimately the shipment across the country stressed her out. And she lived a happy life with me and her previous owner, and now my girl Sterling has a happy place in the divided tank. The other 3 girls are also doing pretty well. We're seeing good fin growth in all 3. All 4 of the girls that were sent to me were the most interactive and just spunky personalities and betta fish that I've ever seen. And Sterling is a lot happier to be in a heated tank and not in the 0.5 gallon that I had been quarantining her in to protect her from the illness that took over the other girls in my sorority.
So that was our fish room tour. I hope you guys liked the video and enjoyed seeing all of our fish and fish tanks that we have. We plan to have many more, so that might be a good thing or a bad thing, but stay tuned, subscribe so you can see that stuff to come, and have a nice day.